I didn't like him because, you know, Sean and I were very different that way. You know, I was very like family oriented and kind of a...
Yes, I'm coming back. I have a new show on Fox called The Four. It's going to revolutionize vocal competition shows.
But one former warden who worked at the facility says Combs' life could still be in danger there. And that former warden is Cameron Lindsay, and she joins me now. Cameron, great to have you here. We just read it out loud. One lawyer for one inmate called it the MDC overcrowded and understaffed, hell on earth. Combs' own lawyers called it horrific. Why are conditions so bad there?
Well, it's been a number of years since I've been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, but what I can tell you is New York City, being the biggest, most populated city in America, the MDC has a difficult time recruiting and retaining staff. So one of the key issues is the lack of staffing. And it would be unfair for me not to mention that the vast majority of MDC staff are hardworking, salt of the earth, well-trained people. I know many of them. They're fantastic people. Unfortunately, however, there has been a disproportionate element of corruption within the ranks of
It's not so cool when you start to own things. You see what I'm saying? So I made a lot of money with them too. Like, there's a point, they did a deal that mirrored what Puffy's deal with Diageo was for Ciroc. So he didn't have ownership of that at any point, but he was getting a lot of money, like almost like $60 million a year at one point. So when you see him go to De Leon is when you see him have some issues. And it gets bad. You know, and these people have really strong relationships. Don't think that the civil case doesn't turn into a criminal case faster because he's making them uncomfortable. That's a big part of it. You know what I mean? Like, you look, when you go to the spirits business, it's not governed. They got a discus board that they created, right? If you got two companies that are $3 billion a year, and Beam Centauria and Diageo, the distribution level, it's very hard for you to get things to a point where you can do the numbers, the right numbers, the amount. So it's kind of like they incentivize the sales force by giving them box bonuses. And then when you sell a product, you get the bonuses off the boxes that's there. But you make that no matter what product you're selling.
Speaking of
this
love,
is love.
I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J.Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I was here. No,
it's all about love, though. That's not true.
You really heard that? Nah.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. What is this?
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
Who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Without a doubt.
From car bombs to assaults to crimes, it's like P. Diddy was going for some kind of high score, trying to catch every possible crime like a Pokemon. He has terrorized the music industry for decades and ruined so many lives. In recent times, the evidence against him to support all of the allegations that have existed for decades has been overwhelming and led to a large investigation against P. Diddy. And now it looks like we're reaching the climactic finale with him being arrested. When this story broke last night, the indictment was sealed, but this morning they said, open the gates, let them see. To sum it up, he has been charged with by forced transportation to engage in prostitution and racketeering conspiracy, alleging he ran an enterprise that engaged in trafficking, forced labor, or arson, and other crimes. He abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct from 2008 till now. The allegations mirror 11 civil complaints filed against him since 2023.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They placed Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
P. Diddy Combs. Court TV has just confirmed that the family of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both.
Clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music, and that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job.
Are you drinking, Chloe? No. You have to get these margaritas out of here. Why aren't you drinking? Yeah, but
last night. She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Chloe when I grow up, Court.
Oh, you're just so little.
Like my balls are just going.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half of the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Every name the man ever used. Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. PD, a.k.a. Love. I would just like to note here that I do not remember the PD era. That is number one. And number two, shockingly, for those of us who are old enough to remember when he was Puffy, Puffy did not make this. And it appears Puffy did not make this, I guess because he stopped calling himself Puffy way before the allegations in the paperwork. And basically what they are saying is that up until 2008, there was this dude that by and large was like a record company executive. And in 2008, he turned into Mr. Hand.
This is incredibly disturbing footage, so I do want to warn our viewers, as you did. But as you said, Cassie's lawsuit, which was filed in November of 2023 and then was quickly settled overnight, it did open the floodgates. But in that complaint, Jake, she details an incident that she alleged happened in March of 2016 at a hotel in Los Angeles, physically assaulted by Diddy. Now our team in the LA Bureau, we have got our hands on that surveillance footage, and it appears to corroborate Cassie's claims identically.
That really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court.
And the only person that really put their hands on women really is people who have men who have feminine traits. So, it really takes a coward to put his hands on a woman. So, a man is so strong enough, we can just walk away. You can do, there's so many different things that you can do other than get upset, put your hands on a woman. But that comes from a man who's not quite a grown man. It's still a boy, like a bad boy.
Speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust her nose, man. You know, but it was all, insecurities. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Pray for the young people. You know what this is. It's not a game. And please understand very clearly, there is zero woosah moments, me talking about situations for over more than a decade and a half. And then all of a sudden everybody woke up like, whoa, yo, we thought you were crazy. Yeah, I am crazy. I'm crazy to tell a mother on 3 forms of public transportation across a bridge to get to work to support me that, hey, I may have to pass on these opportunities for scholarships because I'm gonna write a song and we're gonna eat for the rest of our lives. That's crazy. But what I am not is a liar. That I'm not. All I did was give the science. I was ignored, laughed at, ridiculed, things of that nature. But that's okay. My God is so much bigger that my God got me. And I got you.
Holy smokes, you're not going to believe this, but there is, in fact, a Diddy and Michael Jackson connection. Yes, the lawsuit that we have been covering and following, so much being revealed. You're not going to believe that somehow it is connected to Michael Jackson and his death. And I gotta be honest, I'm kind of terrified. I think this is gonna be the last day that I cover it because we're getting close to something that is very dangerous. All right, so I wasn't kidding at the top, guys. I am probably not going to cover this anymore because it is definitely getting a bit terrifying. Obviously, we covered this. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch. I believe it was Monday's episode. But yes, the Diddy lawsuit is absolutely crazy. Full stop. What if I told you guys that it is about to get even crazier, that there is directly a link to Michael Jackson's death? I want to be clear that when everything was going on with Michael Jackson, the lawsuits, his death, I thought that we were in full conspiracy theory territory when people were saying that Michael Jackson was killed. I actually know a lot of people that are in the industry who believe that Michael Jackson was killed, and I just thought it just sounds too whacked out.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs back behind bars, a magistrate judge denying him bail, saying that there were no conditions that she could conceive of that would make her confident that he would appear again for other court appearances. The judge saying, my concern is this is a crime that happens behind closed doors. Diddy's lawyers had argued that he had made good faith efforts by showing up in New York, ready to surrender to face these charges, but prosecutors said that he could not be trusted, that he has a history of trying to intimidate witnesses, including some who are going to be witnesses in this case. They urged the judge to remand him. She did. And when the judge did, Diddy, who was sitting at the defense table with his attorneys, did not show any signs of emotion. He took a sip of water before he was led out of the courtroom by the U.S. Marshals. Now, his lawyers have vowed to fight this. They are going to be back in court on Wednesday before the judge who will oversee this trial and try to get Diddy to be released.
According to the media, Ben Affleck is currently embroiled in a major dispute and things are only going to get worse. Hollywood may look glamorous, but there is often a lot of drama behind the scenes, and Ben is currently dealing with that drama head-on. It all began when rumors emerged about a secret tape involving Ben's wife, Jennifer Lopez, and her ex-boyfriend, Diddy Combs. As you may remember, J.Lo and Diddy were extremely famous in the late 1990s, and their relationship was one of the most talked about topics at the time. However, even though a lot of time has passed, new rumors are reviving old memories, and people are curious about what's on these tapes, which some claim were found during an FBI raid on Diddy's properties. According to rumors, these tapes may hold private moments that Diddy and J.Lo shared during their time together. If the rumors are true, this could lead to serious issues for both Ben and J.Lo. Ben Affleck reunited with J.Lo in 2021 after a long separation, and the time couldn't be worse. Sources close to the couple say that Ben is having a hard time dealing with what he saw. The tapes reportedly contain some very personal moments that could cause tension between J.Lo and Ben. It's as if J.Lo's past is coming back to haunt her and Ben is caught in the middle. The couple has been happy since their reunion, but now things are becoming tough. The media is covering this story widely, and their relationship is under a lot of strain every day. Fresh rumors and greater discussion of the tapes. Ben, who likes to keep his private life private, is suddenly being forced into a situation against his will. He is in the midst of a media storm, and it is clear that it is having an impact on him. But there is more. Suge Knight, Diddy's legendary nemesis, is causing even more controversy. Suge claims that the FBI called Ben as a courtesy to warn him about the tapes, and he even suggests that Ben was shown portions of the tapes, which may have caused him to view J.Lo in a completely different light. If this is true, it could help explain why Ben is struggling to cope with everything on the tapes, which is what everyone wants to know. The media is going crazy over this story, and it's only getting bigger. Rumor has it that the tapes show intimate moments from J.Lo's past with Diddy that might alter Ben's feelings towards his wife. Some say that these recordings may even be the cause of Ben and J.Lo's current marital problems. The pair is clearly under stress as a result of this circumstance, even if J.Lo has kept quiet about it. Ben looks to be more impacted. Despite the fact that this all occurred a long time ago, insiders say that watching these films up close and personal has been extremely difficult for him. Knowing about your partner's past is one thing, but experiencing it directly in such an intimate way as more and more people discuss the videos is quite another. The whispers are getting worse. Are these tapes the cause of the trouble in Ben and J.Lo's marriage, or are they just the most current issue in their relationship that the public has always been watching? Every day, new rumors and stories emerge, adding to the strain on Ben and J.Lo. Ben, who has already experienced his fair share of personal problems, is finding it extremely difficult to handle this new drama. As the media continues to delve into the scandal, it's clear that Ben and J.Lo are under a lot of stress. Their friendship, which was once celebrated by everyone, is now being picked apart by the tabloids. What was once seen as a perfect love story is now being questioned, and people are asking if J.Lo's past with Diddy is the real reason why they're having problems. However, J.Lo has chosen to stay silent and hasn't discussed the tapes or the rumors, leaving others to speculate that there may be more to the story than we know. There is a lot of tension between J.Lo and Ben because no one knows for sure what's on them, but the rumors won't stop. Some claim the tapes show private moments between J.Lo and Diddy from their time together, while others claim they show behind-the-scenes footage from parties or events they went to together. Even though it's unclear whether Suge Knight's story is true, the mere idea that Ben saw these tapes from the FBI has sparked a media frenzy. If Suge is right, then Ben saw things that no husband would want to see. This thought has everyone talking and wondering how this will affect his marriage. Comments on social media regarding the entire event are exploding, while some are backing J.Lo, arguing that everyone has a past and that Ben shouldn't allow this to destroy their marriage. Others are criticizing J.Lo, asking why she would reconcile with Ben now that her past with Diddy is haunting her. The online talk is intense, and everyone has an opinion about J.Lo. She has worked so hard to build her business and project a positive image, but now her past with Diddy is overshadowing her present, even though she hasn't done anything wrong. Being connected with Diddy again is putting her back in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, while Ben is trying to handle everything on his own, having already had to deal with personal struggles, and this scandal is adding to the pressure. Whether or not the tapes actually show anything harmful, the very notion of them has caused a lot of problems in Ben and J.Lo's relationship, and the media is portraying Ben as a man who is having a hard time dealing with what he witnessed in those recordings. People are becoming even more curious about J.Lo's silence on the subject. Is she trying to save her marriage, or is there anything more going on behind the scenes? Her decision not to talk about the tapes is leaving a lot of unanswered questions, and the media is filling in the blanks with their own theories as this story keeps growing. It's putting a lot of pressure on Ben and J.Lo's relationship. Can they survive this scandal, or will these tapes be the thing that finally breaks them apart? The media seems determined to keep this story alive, and with every new rumor, the pressure on the couple gets worse. Even if the tapes never become public, the damage might already be done. Only time will tell if Ben and J.Lo can make it through this storm, or if the drama from the past will tear them apart. In Hollywood, where fame and love are always connected, it's hard to tell where the truth ends and the rumors begin. For now, Ben and J.Lo's future is unclear, and everyone is watching to see what happens next. If you want to stay updated on all the latest celebrity news, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss out on the hottest gossip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.